Sparklemuffins. Yeah, big wave. Yay. Hey, kids, before I introduce you, you want to give the Sparkle Muffin a little pet? Yeah. It's a jumping spider. Yeah, all right. And hey, if you guys think of a name for him, let me know because we're trying to name him still. We need a good name for him because we can't just keep calling him Sparkle Muffin, right? I mean, we got to come up with a name like Bob or something. I don't know. Master Science? Man, Master Science Sparkle Muffin. I like it. Has a good ring to it, but Master of Science. Oh my gosh. Laurel Hill, we have some very special guests today. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves real quick, and then we will talk some science. And by the way, before I forget, because I always forget once we start talking, take a muffin out. Big cheer to science and Sparkle Muffins. Cheers to you. Let's take a bite together. Wee! Oh, now we're gonna try to keep our mouths closed so we have good manners, but it's kind of hard when you're. But all right. So, would you like to tell everybody your name? Oh, maybe I should wait till you'll check. Would you like to introduce yourself? All right.
Hi, my name is Mary Chris Walcott. I am Dimitri and Khaleesi's mom.
I'm gonna give you applause.
Hi, I'm Khaleesi. And
Khaleesi and
hi, I'm Dimitri.
and together on the count of three, tell us what grade you're in. 1, 2, 3.
Second grade.
Yeah, second graders out there, you're represented. Second grade being represented, and you guys look so good right under that spider. You're like, kind of maybe you should sit back here all the time. Just sit back here, hang out. You look really good. You look sharp. All right. Well, if you watch these, you know what's going to happen. We're going to talk science. We're going to eat muffins. Um, Mrs. Walcott brought in a crazy, crazy cool little like visual to help you with a topic that's kind of hard, actually. In fact, I have a bunch of notes about it because it's a hard topic. It's hard to understand, but she's going to try to make it a little easier for everybody. So, do you know what today's topic is?
Viruses.
Say it one nice and loud.
Viruses.
You want to do a different voice? Say it again in a different voice.
Viruses.
Whoa, you sound different. You want to try that voice too? No, you're good. He's like, I'm eating my muffin. No way. One more voice for you because it sounds cool.
Viruses.
One more.
Viruses.
Oh, whoa. Hey, high pitch. There we go. I'm assuming
You want normal voice for now. So we're talking about viruses today, and it's actually good timing because I know a lot of kids get sick around this time of year, and a lot of kids are out. Sniffles. Have you guys been sick yet or no?
Yeah.
Have you? All right. Knock on some wood somewhere. I haven't been sick yet, but you know. But anyway, we're talking about viruses, and Mrs. Walcott has such a cool visual to show you, and then we'll just chat a little bit about this very interesting topic. So I'm done, and I'll just hold the mic for you so you don't have to hold that too. But here we go. All right.
Well, a virus is a non-living cell that can only live with a host. So if you imagine, so let's look at this. This is our virus, right? And it can't it's only made of an outer lining, which is called the capsid. It protects the DNA or the genetic materials inside the virus.
Did you say DNA, by the way? DNA is this stuff that makes us up, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
It could be DNA or RNA. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So it can be made of DNA or RNA depending on its species, and it can't live without a host. The host has to be living so it can have the components to multiply. So what are the questions normally what kids ask about viruses? What's a virus, right? A virus. So we just talked about it, non-living cells. Okay. And then the next question would be, so how do you get a virus, right? Well, there's different ways to get viruses to get exposed from one. The virus have to enter your body either through your eyes or your mouth.
I'm gonna give you an awkward there because we don't want that stuff going into it.
No, we don't. Or your mouth, or it could just sit on your hands and it can get into your eyes or your mouth or other parts of your body.
Oh man.
We're not going to talk about that. And once the virus enters the body, it looks for a target So it can attach itself to that cell and replicate or produce more of its guys. So it would look like this. It would attach, and imagine the virus with its own little genetic material, which is its DNA or RNA, and it would inject its living or its genetic material into the human cell and produce more of itself, causing an infection or exposure to you. Once this happens, all of the symptoms arise from this virus, all of the alarming things that your body would do um, to know that there's a foreign object inside your body. It will start producing the mucus, and you'll start coughing, and the runny nose. All of that stuff produced with the virus now goes and leaves your body, and that's how that's how illness spreads. So that's this is why it's very important that we always wash our hands and stay home if you're sick, and just be careful.
So like when your body does all that weird stuff, like stuffy nose, you get a fever and all that, it's just basically your body fighting this.
This guy, yes. So he's
So,
now already incubated. It grew in your body with all the right components, and now it's ready to spread itself all over you and out your body eventually.
oh, I'm gonna give a little boo to the virus. Nose.
No,
No.
it's hard for me because I got allergies.
Allergies. To add that to allergies. Oh my gosh. Yeah, viruses. Um, doesn't sound like one. But my point is, when your like body is doing all that weird stuff, when you have a stuffy nose. My boy at home, he hates stuffy noses, but like your body's fighting whatever's in there. It's a good thing because it's taking care of you. What is that? By the way, a shout out to these. These are like self-made models. I believe they're like Christmas ornaments, just like hang on the outside trees. Pretty awesome. So there's a little model virus. And what's that guy right there? Did you already? Oh, there's a couple more things over here too.
Right.
You want to hold this for her, or do you want to, or is it easier? There we go.
So here's another model of a human cell and another type of virus. The only way the virus can attach to itself is if it has something similar to it to attach to. Now, if a virus tries to attach to a receptor that has no match, it cannot infect you. So it cannot attach. So
Huh.
that's one thing certain viruses need is something to attach itself to with the right receptacle. That's the essential part of viruses.
By the way, is it true that viruses are crazy small?
They
Like,
are. They're on a microscopic level, so you can't see it with a naked eye. You need to use special devices like a microscope to see what these little guys look like.
because I think I read somewhere that viruses are even small. Like, if you heard of bacteria, they're smaller than bacteria, I believe,
They are.
and they're smaller than like atoms. Like you, viruses are so tiny. That's why they can get into your body fairly easily because they're so stinking tiny.
Yeah, they're just going slow.
Yeah, they're like crazy tiny.
Well, the interesting part about viruses is it's essential to evolution because the viruses attack normal cells. It build the normal cells build some sort of antivirus, or for bacteria antibodies, to protect itself in the future, therefore causes more of these cells to mutate into something else to um, for survival purposes. And so this is how evolution kind of starts. You start off something really small, it attacks this gets the our cells get smart and adapts to whatever it may encounter in the future. So there's some good about
I was gonna
viruses.
say that sounds like it's good we have them because we're getting stronger basically because of them. And have they been around like since the beginning of time? They've been around for a long time too. Like
Oh, they have.
people. I read some stuff too about like people don't even like it was way like millions and millions of years ago. They've been around for a long, long time.
And there's so many. There's so much of them.
And there's like different shapes I saw. Like there's all kinds. I mean, we could talk for like 4 more days about this probably. But by the way, I have to ask: are viruses alive? Like, are they alive? Because I read most people that I heard and I read about was they said they weren't alive, and some say that they kind of are like because they have that coat. You said the protein on the outside.
The capsid.
Yeah. What do you think? Are they alive or are they not alive? Like
They are not alive by itself.
by itself. Okay.
It becomes alive when it attaches to something that is alive. So it needs a host, a living host, so it can thrive with its living parts.
I'm only asking that because I know that if I ask kids around the school right now, are viruses alive? They would definitely say yes, 100%. They would probably most of them would say, yeah, they're alive because you don't think about it like that. You think they're just living things that come in.
Well, they live inside you if you're
Right.
sick.
Right.
But once they leave and they sit on a surface, they can only live for a certain amount of time depending on the surface, the temperature, and whatever nutrients is sitting on that surface.
So, in your opinion, what advice would you give to people so that they don't get viruses? What would be something you would do?
Yeah.
Say what? Dodge them?
Like dodgeball?
Dodgeball. One of my favorite games as a kid. You're telling me you just walk around and it's like move, dodge them everywhere you are?
Like, oh, germ.
Yeah, my sister was coughing, and then she was in front of me, and I had to get surgery at the time, but that time I didn't get sick.
She's like, I didn't cough near you. Yeah, dodging coughs. That's good. So if you're in class and you have to cough, cover your mouth and make sure it's not just going, do the whole, get in there. What's that called? You go into your, my wife calls it something weird. But yeah, cover it up. Don't just let it all fly around everywhere. But and now I know what you mean by dodging. I thought you meant you're just going to walk around school and just like try to avoid everybody like a. True or false? Does washing hands help?
Yeah.
I'll give you a little cheer. I remember during the COVID virus, and that was a weird time. We were washing the tables all the time, doing masks, all that. That was for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, during COVID, I think another country brought in like kind of like in an animal, but it was like disease,
Uh-huh.
and people were getting sick from it, and then they're traveling to like come to America.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was traveling.
Yeah, everybody was trying to.
And people were stuck.
I remember shopping for food and like people were like dodging each other in the aisles. Like if you saw one person in the aisle, you were like, nope. Like speaking of your dodging, like people were trying to dodge each other all the time. All right. So to recap, this is a beautiful model that was made. I mean, she did not go like order this. This is like self-made. It's super cool. Even pulled out the material that gets spread. That was awesome. So to recap, true or false? Viruses are really tiny. Yay! True or false? Viruses are alive alone when they're by themselves. Somebody was listening. No, they're not alive. I'm gonna give you another cheer. And let's see, what's one more good one I can ask you. Let me see if there's anything in my notes here that alive. We talked about it. Bad and good. You mentioned that they are actually kind of good because they keep us stronger. Is there anything else I have in here that I can do? No, I think you guys nailed it. I mean, everything in my notes you just did, except for one thing. This is like a sharp little pencil tip right here. I read, and tell me if I'm wrong, that like millions of viruses are so small that you could fit like millions of them right on that tip. Is that accurate? Would you say?
It can, depending on the virus.
Depending on the virus, so there are some viruses that are that small.
Yeah.
Could be so. Like think about that. That little tip right there could have millions of viruses on it. Don't be afraid of your pencils. I'm just saying that size-wise, they're that small. All right. Do you guys want to play around with the voice thing for a second here? You want to say a couple things?
Yeah.
All right. So as we usually do at the end of our show, a huge thank you to Mrs. Walcott for coming in and doing this model, talking about viruses. Great timing. You guys can say whatever you'd like. Just say hello. Tell us your favorite food, whatever you want to do, and talking to the microphone, and I'll change your voices. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and wash those hands. Ready?
My
My favorite food is sushi. He says burgers.
Weird boys, let's do when's your birthday?
October 1st.
You know what's weird? That's my dad's birthday. October 1st. What's your birthday? October 1st. Wait a minute. October 1st. Both of you. Wow, that's crazy. So that's my dad's birthday.
And both your birthdays. And one last one, then I'll let you guys go.
Let's try to change the channel name.
Change what?
Name.
The name. Oh yeah. What's
Your favorite subject in school? And be honest, you don't have to say science because you're on a science podcast, but favorite subject?
Art.
There you go, art. There it is. Shout out to art. What's your favorite? PE. Double shout out to PE and art. Let me get that voice off. And
Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Viruses, so cool. We could have talked for another 12 hours, 12 days, 3 years, but you know, I gotta hire this guy. Don't forget to subscribe. Exactly. All right. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day. We'll see you next time. I believe next week we're talking about hornets. Yeah, we have a first grader coming on to talk about hornets. Those scary little things. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.